know, tuning that particular function to meet your exact requirement. Okay. More than the success, your ability to analyze failure will take you a long way, because nothing is likely to work well first time. So instead of critically analyzing it, if you cover it up and say you have done a good job, it will fail when there is a peer review or when there is an independent evaluation. So you should honestly look at what is the outcome of your work, your project, your development, your device. And if it is not working, actually, first time, if it does not work well, it's a blessing, because it will help you to understand your system better in greater depth. Okay. So, then you will evaluate it further and develop an understanding of the reasons for its proper performance as well as its failure. So you will ultimately develop a robust system, a robust solution, when you get a good understanding of the failures. So for that, what is required is your evaluation with as many different operating conditions or with as many different data sets as possible. So inferences based on very limited testing can cause problems later on. That is why, if you're familiar with iOS and Microsoft Windows, you get huge updates for bug fixes with Windows every time. Whereas, the iOS is considered to be far more robust and rugged. Now comes one of the less addressed issues, and one of the very important issues at the same time. How do you present your work? Okay, whether it is your uh, BTech project work, or if you're an employee, your work on a particular problem or a particular device, software development. So the presentation skills are extremely important. Okay, how do you articulate the problem? How do you articulate the solution? How do you articulate your results? They are as much important as doing the whole thing. So explain the formulation of the problem clearly with inferences from literature review as the basis. So you have to be able to communicate to the panel who is evaluating you. What is the problem that you have taken up? Okay, and what is the basis? Why did you come up with a project on this particular problem? What is the basis? And then what are the specifications of your model? Why did you say that, okay, this is what I want to develop? So when you define the specifications, then you have to defend them. Highlight with enthusiasm all the good points. Okay, if you have done a proper job, you won't be apologetic. You would be highly enthusiastic, and you want to show all the good points of your work, and you defend your results. Okay, so this is what I got. Okay, it is working it is producing 90% accurate results, and in the next version you will improve it to 95%, something like that. You define your results. Highlight your own contribution, novelty, and innovativeness. So if there is individual performance review or in review of individual contributions, then you have to say, okay, look, this is what our team did. This is my own contribution. Okay. So novelty, innovativeness, whatever are the highlights of your contribution, you have to explain them. So good communication and presentation skills are essential for disseminating your research for peer referring purposes. Research or development, let us say. So peer referring or your management, evaluation by your management, assessment by your management. Okay. So clear oral presentation, clear written manuscript. Both of them are important because the presentation or the written document will be for the use of others who evaluate your work. Sometimes you know things and you don't bother to put them clearly in your presentation or in your written reports. You may be too cryptic, you may be too brief, or you may not, there may be clarity missing. So the first thing you should know is that your presentation or your written report is for somebody else, not for you. It is for somebody else who would not have been with you throughout the work you did, but on the basis of your presentation, on the basis of your written report, that person or that panel of evaluators should be able to understand your effort, your contribution, your success, and on that basis, evaluate you. It can be it can be for a promotion, it can be for recruitment, it can be for a good grade in your exam, anything. Okay. So these two things, clear presentation, oral presentation, and clear written manuscript, these are extremely important. Otherwise, your effort will not be recognized. Okay. So they should be as clear and self-contained as possible. Self-contained means, suppose there is some important concept which forms the basis for whatever you have done. So if you don't explain it and instead give a reference to say a 1970s, 1980s book or paper, the evaluators may not easily locate it. Okay. So whatever materials are accessible to you may not always be accessible to your reviewers, evaluators. So try to make your presentation or your written report as much self-contained as possible. Whatever is critical to understand your work, that should better be in your presentation and in your report. So self-contained materials will be much better appreciated than if someone has to hunt for the back references, okay, in books, journals, and on the web. Teamwork. Most non-trivial projects, okay, require that not just a single individual, but a team of people working for and contributing to its success. So the teamwork requires sincerity on the part of each member to contribute. Okay. So not just moral support, you have to also give actual support to the team by doing your part properly. Timeliness. So suppose somebody is responsible for, say, uh, developing the algorithm. Okay, so if that person is too slow, then the person who is going to actually program the algorithm next will be sitting idle, and then the person who is to actually uh, test that program with the different data sets, etc., that person also will be idle. Therefore, the timeliness on part of each member is very, very important, because if one person is slack, others who depend on this person's contribution will be losing their time. Effective communication among the team members. Okay, so if something is not working, you should actually discuss it with the team members. Okay, similarly, if something is working in a way not expected, then also you discuss with your team members. So each team member must take responsibility for the overall success and must take ownership of one's own contribution. Okay. So when I look at these BTech projects, I first look at the complete thing, then I'll ask individually, okay, look, what is your contribution? What did you do in this? Or even at MTech admissions, I ask this question. Somebody shows a project report, says, this is what I did in my BTech project. I'll see 4 names, 3 names, 5 names. So I'll ask you, what did you do in this specifically? At that point, of course, the others may not be there, so that person may say anything. I did everything. Others were just sitting and drinking tea. But we can easily catch it if somebody is bluffing. Okay, and the final thing is each member should be proud of his or her own contribution. So this will happen only if the person has really worked hard and did his or her part in as good a manner as possible, as well as possible, let us say. When do group projects not work as expected? What are the biggest enemies? Ego and envy or jealousy. Somebody may be less capable than others, but if that person is making it up by seeking advice, putting in extra work, that can be made up. So competence is less of an evil compared to these things: ego and envy, jealousy. Ego prevents one from admitting mistakes. How can I admit that I went wrong to others? What will they think of me? Will they lose their respect towards me that they had all this while? So your ego, should not come in the way towards the overall success of the project. Now, envy and jealousy, most of us may not know the difference. Okay. So some time ago, when somebody asked me, I had to look up the dictionaries for clearly understanding the difference. So jealousy prevents sharing your work with others or sharing the credit with others. Okay. So I don't want others to be in the limelight. Only I should be there. I should be the sole hero. I want everybody to notice me. Others are my rivals. I don't want them to get equal credit. So this is where jealousy comes in the way of, sharing the work with others, or suppose you developed some new software function which others also can use. So if you give it away, their work also will be as good as yours. So you may not want to do it. You let them, okay, I developed it, so let them also develop it. So, this kind of things will affect the overall performance of the project. And envy is something which is somewhat different. Envy prevents appreciating good work of others. Envy makes one feel bad that someone else had done better than you or something praiseworthy. Okay. So this is the difference between envy and jealousy as I understood. So envy is a bigger evil compared to jealousy, because if you don't appreciate the contribution of others, you won't be a proper member of the team. Okay. So because of envy, what you do is you try to pull the other person down. You may try to find faults with others' work so that they don't their performance also comes down to your level. Envy is more damaging for teamwork. So sometimes I watch KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati, or Indian Idol, etc. So from them, I have two examples for you. Every Friday they show something called Karamveer. So people who have done great work for the benefit of others. So there was an episode where somebody, he was not an IITian, so he was from some college. He was very keen about innovation, new developments, etc. And he was not happy with whatever was happening in the college. So he dropped out in the third year. Then he developed a prosthetic arm that supports movement of fingers, gripping, etc. So people who lost a limb, like say an arm from the wrist or from the elbow or somewhere, after a long time, they were able to, do things which people with normal arm could do. So that student had actually struggled so hard to develop this, and he put all his innovative creating thinking into it. So he used materials like tennis racket strings, which are generally very strong. Okay, so instead of very expensive things, he used that, and then he used some other materials. So something that was costing lakhs, he brought it down to such a low cost product that he was able to give away thousands of them free of cost to people who had lost their arm in accident or due to whatever reason. Okay, so his effort was highly appreciated. Whatever he proposed, that he presented in London in some innovation conference. So he was not able to get the required machines for whatever he was trying to develop, and his ideas were so well appreciated that some venture capitalists, some donors had donated 10 units of the 10 machines, on which he was started to, roll out these prosthetic arms. And as I said, more than 2,500, when I saw that episode, more than 2,500 of them were actually given out free of cost. So he was, of course, receiving donations. He had those machines which were donated, but the final product, he was giving it free of cost to the needy people. So this is an example for innovative thinking and all the effort. Of course, he had some team. So the drive to do something different, it was a fantastic kind of an effort. And as I said, the person was from a college like any of the dozen odd colleges in Hyderabad. Okay, I think he was not from Andhra Pradesh. He was from, I don't know, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, somewhere. I can't remember exactly from where he studied. Another thing is lack of envy. If you people are watching Indian Idol on Saturdays and Sundays, you see that the participants help each other so much. They join the chorus, they appreciate the fellow singers singing. They are very happy when one of them, who is actually on the stage, receives a lot of applause. Okay, when somebody is singing some popular number, they get up and dance, they hum the song with the singer. Okay, even after knowing that whoever wins the Indian Idol may deny them that award, all the great financial benefits that come with winning the Indian Idol, yet they, without any envy, they happily cheer for each other, support each other. Okay, they exhibit great camaraderie. So the overall event, if everybody is grumpy towards the others, okay, the event would not be a success, as much a success as it is today. So these two, I thought, are very good examples for innovative thinking and also uh, supporting each other. Just these are, as I'm coming towards the end of my talk, I just wanted to throw some interesting problems at you. So a big mall may want to know how many customers visited them on a given day. So looking at purely from the CCTV feed, can you give in real time, say between say 11 a.m. and 12 noon, how many people visited? Okay. Or how many people we entered and how many people exited? So how many people are inside, okay, at any given point of time? Can you give this kind of information? For security purposes, can you identify whether a particular person or a group of persons were among the crowd that entered or exited an airport or a train station or a shopping mall? Okay. Can you count and categorize the number of vehicles that are passing a traffic signal from the video camera feed? Okay, from the camera is mounted on top of, say, the traffic lights. So can you count and categorize? Okay, so many cars, so many trucks, so many buses, so many two-wheelers. So like that, can you give a count in real time? Or if you have an airport scene, can you tell how many aircraft are there and how many types of aircraft are there? You are given a satellite image. So these are some interesting problems with image and video processing. Can you think of a way to develop a drone with an HPC processor, a GPGPU unit, say, embedded on it, so that you don't just collect images, but you also generate real-time information. So suppose it is flying, say, over a road, can it also give how many potholes are there on the road? Not just a photograph, but can it also recognize and say, along a stretch of 10 kilometers, it found so many potholes? Can it do it? There is data collection as well as data analysis and data result information generation. All of that is happening in real time. More advanced, this is a PhD level problem being pursued at IIT Bombay recently. So just for your curiosity, I had given you this. Can you generate a textual description of an image using computer vision and natural language processing? So what the IIT Bombay student was doing is he had satellite images where there was a flooding. So he was generating descriptions like, okay, so there are houses, with floodwaters all around. So there is a jam, there is a traffic jam on the road, or there are stranded vehicles, okay, on this road due to flood. So things like that, the textual descriptions are coming out from the image instead of asking a human analyst to do it. The software system itself was generating all this text description. So there is image analysis, computer vision, object recognition, natural language processing. So many things are going into development of that system. And more advanced, can you synthesize an image given textual description? So in deep learning, you have things like GANs, GAN, generative adversarial networks, so which are used for image synthesis in scene creation, etc. So, and another maybe more down to earth, can you reliably estimate the blood sugar levels of a person without a needle prick? Is it possible to develop a device for this? Okay, so I have shared some thoughts with you. Now you can share your queries. Okay, so my presentation is done. Thank you and wish you all the best.
So first, let me thank you, Krishna Mohan. It was an excellently presented advice for our students.
Thank
And
you.
what made me happy was the ease with which we were able to organize, and you could join, just like that. There's no need to send a vehicle to your hotel and then bring back. No need for lunch. No bouquet
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
unfortunately. Okay. So these are
Well, the thing is, the airline companies will be losing money because I was not buying a ticket to fly to Hyderabad. The taxi company is losing money because they were not asked to, pick me up and
yes.
then drop back. So they would have charged you all that money. And the restaurants will be losing money because you are not taking me for lunch to a good restaurant.
That is true. But
So
yeah,
all
it's a
of this,
fantastic. Correct,
yeah,
correct.
I'm
The,
joking.
the, the, the benefits of technology is something which I really appreciate, because organizing a guest lecture, I was
Yeah.
only talking about the negative aspects, right?
Uh-huh.
No, physically, difficult. So only when you come to Hyderabad, we have to invite you. It's not like that, no. Wherever you are in the world, you have no excuse, right? So
Yeah, this
I
is,
request, yeah. So
yeah.
I personally felt that as a inaugural lecture, for the project students. It was a very good presentation from my point of view. Not technical, but how to succeed in any project. I would definitely watch the video one more time. I will recommend to all my junior students also. And that is my take. And I request now to the students to ask questions. Feel free. And before doing that, don't worry about your lab session at 1:30. I have already requested Agarwal sir to wait until you complete your lunch, and sir will definitely oblige. Nothing to worry about. So those of you who have listened patiently, carefully, please give your feedback, because that is the energy for any speaker. Okay, feel free, raise your hand and you can start asking questions, whatever way you want. Absolutely no restrictions here.
Yeah, I'll be sharing a PDF version of this presentation with Professor Sarvesh, and he in turn can share it with all of you. And feel free to use it, use any or all of it
Yeah.
Wherever you want.
So who will start?
Maybe pangs of hunger.
Yes. I know. But nowadays you can munch some chocolate bar while you are watching. No, your video is also off. Only unfortunately that privilege is not there for the speaker. Yeah. Anyone wants to ask questions, please? Anyone wants to comment on this format? Should we have this type of lectures more in the coming days? Please raise your hands.
How many are there? How many are left?
That is also there. We will not probe deep, but the recording will be available, so we should not be too harsh on them. This is the first. Yeah. Okay. Good. So
there is
yeah.
one Kamlesh who had raised the hand.
Yeah. Good. Please ask. You want to ask? At least tell how you felt about the presentation. You may not have any important questions. Feel free. How did you feel? Did you like it, or what was the whole thing? Each one of you can start talking.
Good afternoon, sir. My name
Good
is
afternoon.
Narsimha.
Hello,
Narsimha.
Narsimha. Yes. Hi.
Sir, hi, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time with us on this day. Most of your words have been inspiring for us, and the concept you told about teamwork was been very good, sir. We want to implement that in our project.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you.
Next. You can ask in Telugu also.
Yeah. తెలుగులో అడగచ్చు, హిందీలో అడగచ్చు, ఇంగ్లీష్లో అడగచ్చు, మరాఠీలో అడగచ్చు.
మరాఠీలో అడగచ్చు. చెప్పగా
40 ఏళ్ళుగా బొంబాయిలో ఉంటున్నాం కదా.
కరెక్ట్.
ముంబైలో ఉంటున్నా.
ముంబై. బట్ స్టిల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఐఐటి బాంబే కదా?
Yeah, because the name of our institute is IIT Bombay. Bombay is part
registered.
Of the name, and
yes.
IIT Bombay name was given through Act of Parliament. So unless Parliament changes it, we cannot change it.
We can't.
So IIT Bombay is in Mumbai. IIT Madras is in Chennai.
Correct. Yeah. Any questions, please? Balaji, Anuhya, how did you feel? Cheppandi. కొంచెం సిగ్గుపడుతున్నారు మా వాళ్ళకి, సిగ్గు ఎక్కువ.
It was nice, sir.
Okay. కొంచెము మంచిగా we have to learn to talk కదా. Krishnamon, what do you say? How do you feel? Do you feel that the students must respond? What is your experience in other presentations, some other places? Let us say IIT, for example. In IIT, you can guest faculty.
Yeah, see, in the technical talks, of course, there will be questions from students who are doing their BTech projects, MTech projects, or PhD work. This is general, so maybe, yes, what is there to dispute it? This is it's a good advice. So what is
Yeah.
there to dispute it, comment on it? That may be the thinking, but why do you have to accept whatever I said?
Yeah.
So if you have slightly different thinking, this is the time to articulate your own thinking and then say yes, I agree with it, or no, I feel differently. That is how you can.
We will now, I think we will ask the students to send their questions to you if they have.
Do one thing, you
Yeah.
collect them and
I collect.
you can pass on one bunch of questions and I'll
Yes.
reply by
Sure.
email, which you
Sure.
can share with them.
And the second thing is, because it's the inaugural lecture, which you are the first person to talk to them.
Okay.
I think related to the project, you have given all the important tips. There's nothing which is left out. That way, it has been a phenomenal success as far as I am concerned. So we will collect all the questions and send them to you.
Right.
Okay. So with
Sir,
your
1
permission,
minute.
yeah, please first tell your name and then talk.
Sir, my name is Narsimha.
Okay.
Sir, I want to talk in Telugu now. Sir.
అడగండి ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మేము ఏమైతే మైనర్ ఇంకా మేజర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేస్తామో సార్, అవి ఏంటంటే మాక్సిమం ఇంటర్నెట్ లో కొంచెం చూసి వాటి ఐడియా ద్వారా చేస్తాం కదా సార్. మేము ఏం చేసినా కూడా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అందులో యూజ్ చేసే కాంపోనెంట్స్ కూడా మాక్సిమం ఆల్రెడీ రెడీ అయి వస్తాయి. మేము జస్ట్ వాటిని అసెంబుల్ చేసి ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ తయారు చేస్తాం అంతే. సో ఐఐటీలో కూడా స్టూడెంట్స్ అనే వాళ్ళు తయారు చేస్తారా సార్, లేకుంటే వాళ్ళు కూడా సేమ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఏమన్నా ఫాలో అవుతారా?
ఐఐటీలో ఎట్లా ఉంటుందంటే, ఇప్పుడు రీసెర్చ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లో థింకింగ్ ఫస్ట్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. డెవలప్మెంట్ డూయింగ్ అనేది చివరిలో వస్తుంది. ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా వెన్ యు ఆర్ సపోజ్ మీకు ఎవరైనా యు ఆర్ ఇన్ ఏ జాబ్ వేర్ యువర్ జాబ్ ఈస్ టు జస్ట్ అసెంబుల్ థింగ్స్ అండ్ ప్యాకేజ్ థింగ్స్, put the screws on the box and deliver it. That is one kind of job. But
Sure.
మీరు మీ అంతటా మీరు ఏదైనా డెవలప్ చేయాలనుకుంటే
Sir.
అది థింకింగ్ తో మొదలవుతుంది, డూయింగ్
Sir.
చివర్లో వస్తుంది. రైట్. సో
Okay, sir. అర్థం.
ఏం డెవలప్ చేయాలి, దీని అవసరం ఏముంది, ఆల్రెడీ మార్కెట్లో ఏమున్నాయి, ఈ విధంగా ఆలోచించి, సో ఇప్పుడు చాలా మంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఇంపోర్టెడ్ ఐటమ్స్ చాలా కాస్ట్లీగా ఉన్నాయని చెప్పి ఇండిజినియస్ గా ఇంపోర్ట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్, లో కాస్ట్, పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఈక్వల్ గా ఉండేలాగా ఏమైనా చేద్దామని చూస్తారు.
సార్
అది కూడా దానికి థింకింగ్ అవసరం అవుతుంది. సో మార్కెట్లో ఏమున్నాయి, అవి ఎట్లా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాయి, అవి ఏ విధంగా జనానికి హెల్ప్ఫుల్గా ఉన్నాయి. సో బయట డాలర్స్లో డెవలప్ చేసేవారు డాలర్స్ శాలరీస్ తీసుకుంటారు, ప్లస్ మార్కెట్లోకి వచ్చేటప్పుడు కంపెనీ ప్రాఫిట్, కంపెనీ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్, కంపెనీ ప్రాఫిట్ అవన్నీ చూసి ఇంపోర్ట్ డ్యూటీస్ అవన్నీ కలుపుకుని ఇండియాలో డీలర్ ప్రాఫిట్ అవన్నీ కలుపుకుంటే ఫైనల్లీ ఎండ్ యూజర్కి చాలా కాస్ట్లీ అవుతుంది. బట్ ఇక్కడే లోకల్గా డెవలప్ అయితే సిమిలర్ స్పెసిఫికేషన్స్ ఉన్నది ఇండియాలో చాలా ఉపయోగపడచ్చు. అందుకని ఇప్పుడు చైనా నుంచి వచ్చేవి ఎందుకంత పాపులర్ అయ్యాయంటే, చైనా వాళ్ళ ఎంప్లాయీస్కి శాలరీస్ మంచిగా ఇవ్వరు, లో శాలరీస్ తోటి వాళ్ళ చేత అన్ని డెవలప్ చేయిస్తారు. డెవలప్ చేయించి ప్లస్ మెటీరియల్స్ అన్నీ వేరే రా మెటీరియల్స్ అన్ని వేరే కంట్రీస్ నుంచి లో చీప్ గా రా మెటీరియల్స్ కొంటారు, ఫినిష్డ్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు తయారు చేస్తారు. సో అందుకని వాళ్ళందరికీ ఇప్పుడు చైనీస్ ఐటమ్స్ మనం ఎందుకు పాపులర్ గా యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే లో కాస్ట్ కదా. సో మొదట్లో లో కాస్ట్ పూర్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వచ్చేవి, ఇప్పుడు లో కాస్ట్ మోడరేట్ కాస్ట్ కానీ మంచి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వస్తున్నాయి చైనా నుంచి. సో మనం చూడాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఏమైనా డెవలప్ చేయాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ దానికి మనకి కారణాలు కావాలి. ఎందుకు ఇది అవసరం ఏముంది, దీనికి ఎవరు యూజ్ చేస్తారు, దాని తర్వాత అది ఫస్ట్ మనం ఇది చేయాలి అంటే మనకేం తెలిసి ఉండాలి. ఆ తర్వాత మనం ఏదైనా పర్టికులర్ డిజైన్ పర్టికులర్ పద్ధతిలో చేయాలి అనుకుంటే మనకి తెలుసా మనం ఎట్లా చేయాలి, మనకి ఆ మెషినింగ్ స్కిల్స్ ఉన్నాయా, లేకపోతే సర్క్యూట్ బోర్డ్ డిజైన్ స్కిల్స్ ఉన్నాయా మన దగ్గర, ఐసీస్ హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం తెలుసా మనకి, ఇవన్నీ వస్తాయి. సో ఫైనల్లీ ప్రోడక్ట్ పూర్తయ్యాక మనం అందరికీ చెప్పుకోగలగాలి, లుక్ నేను చేసిన మంచి ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈ విధంగా వర్క్ చేస్తోంది, ఉపయోగపడుతుంది, దీని కాస్ట్ రీజనబుల్ గా ఉంది, మార్కెట్ లో వేరే ప్రోడక్ట్స్ తో పోలిస్తే నా ప్రోడక్ట్ రీజనబుల్ గా ఉంది, ఇవన్నీ జస్టిఫికేషన్స్ ఇవ్వగలగాలి. అది సో ఈ థింకింగ్ అంతా కూడా ముందు సాలిడ్ థింకింగ్ ఉండాలి, అనాలిసిస్ ఉండాలి, ఆ తర్వాత డూయింగ్ అన్నది చివరిలో వస్తుంది.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఐఐటిలో స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరికి కూడా ఇంత ఫ్రీ టైం దొరుకుతుందా సార్ ఇవన్నీ, అంటే మామూలుగా వాళ్ళ రెగ్యులర్ క్లాసెస్ అవన్నీ కాకుండా?
ఐఐటిలో బీటెక్ స్టూడెంట్స్ 2 రకాలు ఉంటారు. వాళ్ళకి ఓన్లీ కోర్స్ వర్క్ తో కూడా బీటెక్ చేయొచ్చు, లేదా బీటెక్ ఆనర్స్ ఉంటుంది ఫుల్ అది ప్రాజెక్ట్ తోటి. బీటెక్ ఆనర్స్ చేసేవాళ్ళు కొంతమంది ఒక యాప్ తయారు చేయడం, కొంతమంది యాప్స్ తయారు చేస్తారు, కొంతమంది ఏమైనా హార్డ్వేర్ డెవలప్ చేస్తారు. ఇక్కడ కూడా గ్రూప్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఇండివిజువల్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, సో చేసేవాళ్ళు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే థియరీ బేస్డ్ వన్స్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తారు, ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళకి సాలిడ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఫిజిక్స్ ఇవన్నీ బాగా డ్రిల్ చేస్తారు కదా. సో మేబీ ఒక కొత్త అల్గారిథం లేదా ఒక కొత్త మ్యాథమెటికల్ ప్రాబ్లం తీసుకుని దాన్ని సాల్వ్ చేయడం, లేకుంటే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ రకరకాలుగా ఉంటాయి, లేదా స్పీచ్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ మీద కొత్తగా స్పీచ్ రికగ్నిషన్ అని, లేకపోతే స్పీకర్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ అని. అంటే నేను ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఇంజనీర్ కాబట్టి ఇవే ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇస్తున్నా, బట్ మెకానికల్, కెమికల్, మెటలర్జీ, సివిల్ వాళ్ళ యూనో ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి. బట్ అందరూ కూడా ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ చేసేవాళ్ళు వాళ్ళని అడుగుతారు, సో నువ్వు చేసే దాంట్లో కొత్త ఏముంది అని, సో చెప్పాల్సి ఉంటుంది. అదే ఎంటెక్ వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఇంకొంచెం సీరియస్ గా ఉంటుంది, ఎందుకంటే 1 year సింగిల్ ఏ కోర్స్ వర్క్ లేకుండా 1 year పాటు ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయాలి. పిహెచ్డి వచ్చేటప్పటికి మంచి జర్నల్స్ లో పేపర్స్ ఉంటే తప్ప థీసిస్ సబ్మిట్ చేయనివ్వరు. సో ఇన్నోవేషన్ అక్కడ క్లియర్ గా కనిపించాలి, అట్లా ఉంటుంది.
అర్థమైంది సార్. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we will stop here, Krishna Mohan. Lab undi. One request to all of you is, I already informed Agarwal sir to start the lab at 2 p.m. Please check with him. If somebody did not have lunch, you can have your lunch and join the lab at 2 p.m. Okay, that is my announcement. So I'll follow it up now after the lecture is over. So thank you everyone for being with us. And later on you can give your feedback, and we'll meet again in another session like this. So thank you, Krishna Mohan.
Thanks, Sarvesh.
So it's nice. Right. Yeah. Thank you.
All the best.
Yeah.